Hey, yeah, you. Ever wondered how restaurants originated? No? Me too. Anyway, restaurants change over time, I guess. Let's start with the first restaurants, shall we? So first there's this guy named Bullinger, and in 1765 he opened the first restaurant, or so forth, restorative, in proper terms. The restaurant was small and quaint, but obviously revolutionary for that time. It obviously wasn't the first of its nature, but we'll get back to that soon. I promise. Bullinger's store mainly served items that would restore oneself, as hence the name, like soup and broth, and more soup and more broth. You get the general gist, right? Doesn't really matter. Ironically enough, early restaurants were not made for meals, but rather for people who did not want a full meal, but something nourishing. Nowadays, it seems a bit dumb. There's also a guy around in the 1780s. He would go by what you know as Antoine Boulevard. He opened the first of what you could call a fine dining restaurant. Anton Bolivar's even wrote a cookbook. But the thing is, it's not relevant to this certain topic right now, so more on him later. You were actually considered sophisticated when eating at restaurants at this period. What food and what people were eating during restaurants' existences? I know you didn't ask, but who cares? The following will show a small scale of the answer. It's dumb, I know. Deal with it. Hello, shopkeep. Got anything to eat today? Yeah. Yeah, we got soup and broth, the usual. Thanks once more. See you in 100 years. What? Hello, do you remember me? It's not relevant. May I get something to eat now? Sure, what you want? We want to order exactly. No, anything popular around this time. Alright then, they'll be up soon. Thanks, see you in 150 years. What would you like today, sir? Whatever is popular. By the way, Thanks. Any day, sir. I'll be leaving now. Goodbye. Wait, sir, you need to pay for that. No, I don't. Now I know this is getting long, but we're like halfway done. How restaurants theoretically popularized. Lots of personal chefs that were around this time cooking for very powerful households may have lost jobs due to, how should I put this lightly? Their bosses or the people who paid them may have lost their head. Of course, instead of serving only one household in need of money, they would simply serve the public. Though, yes, this is a really big part, there are more reasons than this. It's funny how such an amazing thing came from something so gruesome. Consider that not every household or everyone did not have kitchens, and believe it or not, restaurants were a giant health craze back then. Oh, and do you remember that Anton guy? Yeah, from earlier. Well, he made a cookbook, made a restaurant, and did things that revolutionized French cooking. It was the standard. And even so, you'll be surprised that he actually made or had a role in some way of the first food critic. And that critic gave him the four best things: good wine, good atmosphere, good food, smart waiters. You could say this guy really helped restaurants become popular, you know? Don't forget that weary travelers who are tired need to eat as well. Come on. You might be contemplating your life choices right now, but don't worry, I'm almost done. I'm trying, okay? What counts as a restaurant? Restaurants traditionally have to have a variety of things, like a menu, cook to order food, specializing food, individual seating, being able to make you food practically every time of the day, and among other things. Of course, places that serve food and you sit down with them existed for the end of since time can tell. Thing is, if you're at an inn and then you're eating the food that they prepare, you don't choose, you don't order what you want. Thing is, they serve what they want, and you can't say anything. You're staying at the inn. Restaurants, however, you get to choose. You get to sit down, choose when you eat, what you eat. That is the main difference. Versus like cafes and taverns, well, they specialize more in drinks. Usually, restaurants have to specialize in food. 'Cause it's food, you know? And sure, many eateries may have existed already with almost the same premise, but these bases are really what makes a restaurant truly a restaurant. Sure, in China there could be a place serving food and you order it, but do you sit down? No. These are the main differences and what distincts them from restaurants. Ending off, restaurants have a long, rich history, and I'm happy to study it. Apologies if I bore you to death. This concludes my video.